Hi, this is Shannon with Chic and Sassy Nails by Shannon. I am doing a tone-on-tone mani to show off how to use some different options of how to use a glitter dip overlay. So this is what a glitter dip overlay looks like. This is one way to kind of jazz up a mani using two different sets. So I'm having a going to show a solid set, and I'm going to put a glitter dip over the top. So how a glitter dip works is this is a sheer base and the glitter is sprinkled on here over the clear layer. So when you apply it, you can put it on a bare nail, or you can mix it up with a solid or even a patterned glitter or any other type of a set. So I'm going to start by putting a base layer of Eat Teal You Drop, which is this teal glitter, available in the core catalog. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to apply a glitter dip besides just the standard way it is made, I guess, intended. So layering strips is the easiest way to customize your mani. My first video of this series was going back to the basics and just showing a single set. The single set that I ended up using was a design set that did have a mixed mani look, where it had a few strips that are solid and a few strips that are a design. And that is to give this kind of mixed and matched look. The design sets coordinate with the solid strips. That is one way to get this kind of mixed mani look. Another way is to actually use two different sets, where you're using a couple strips of each set. Another way that I'm going to show you today is to layer your strips. So layering your strips will benefit in a couple different ways. One, it's a great way to customize a mani so that it doesn't look just like everybody else's. It doesn't look just like what is necessarily intended for a set to look like, because it's just one, when you just use one strip. So you can get a little bit more creative and a little bit more artsy. I have a little wrinkle in here, but again, I'm going to be layering a strip over these. So a couple benefits in addition to customizing your mani: a glitter overlay, whether it be a glitter dip or just the solid overall glitter overlays with the clear base, the clear backing, can hide mistakes on your application too. So solid strips, especially those cream solids, tend to be the trickiest to get to look perfect. Those are, and the reason that is just because, or I feel that it's just because those don't hide any imperfections like a glitter will. So it tends to show if you get overlaps or wrinkles or anything. So I'm going to try to clean this up quick. I have a little bit of excess that hangs over edges all the time. This strip did not. All right, so, my base layer, my base coat today is Color Street's Nail Strengthener. I put a layer on top, both to help strengthen and protect my nails. The longer you leave on Color Street or any polish, it can have different effects on different people's nails. I notice my nails tend to peel a little bit when I keep a mani on too long. So I've been trying to remember to use nail strengthener as my base coat. I can feel I have something stuck to my finger here. Hopefully I won't get it stuck to the strips. All right, so I'm going to go over just the basic application. I am not good about remembering to talk through my steps so much, but I'm trying to get back to some basic, more tutorial application type videos, just so as new people come in, they can see and get a little bit better of an explanation. So as you can see, I am careful and I use both halves of this two-ended, double-ended strip and do one on each hand to get my mani. You definitely, when you're starting off, do not need to start that way. You can just get rid of that excess because you have plenty of strips in your pack to practice with and to get good at the application before you worry about getting the nail on correctly, plus not rooting that loose end. So you don't have to do that right away. If you want to, feel free, but don't stress if it gets messed up or anything. All right, so I will go step by step in this next nail because I always forget, like I said, to explain what I'm actually doing when I'm done with this one. Let me smooth this out quick. This is just a rubber cuticle pusher that I'm using. They're available at like drugstores and stuff, and you can get them online in bulk. I'm sure you could probably get a 10 pack, maybe is the smallest. They are not expensive. When people buy multiple sets, I send them one in the beginning if they're new, especially directly from me, from my inventory, versus from the Color Street website. Yeah, so if you're new, completely new, many stylists like myself have inventory in addition to the Color Street website. So, all right, when I'm picking a set or a strip, I kind of already know which ones fit which fingers since I've been doing this so long, but you're going to want to just kind of eyeball it. You can even pull it, like curve it over just to make sure it covers your full nail. You'd rather go a little big than a little small because you can always trim off the excess very easily. You're going to start by taking this clear layer off. So there's a purple tab on all the strips, and you take this clear layer off. It's hard to see and it's plastic, but you need to take that off first. It makes it harder to apply if you forget that part. And then you use the silver tab to peel the strip off of the paper backing, and then I turn my strip perpendicular 90-degree angle, and I place it right back on that same shiny surface that the strip just peeled off of. You don't want to flip that tab over accidentally and put it on the back side because it will not come off of that because that one doesn't have that coating that allows that to release from the paper. And if you stick this on paper, it will be stuck to the paper. Because I have done that, a lot of us have. So I made the snail a little bit, I kind of lowered it a little bit. So how I did this is I lined it up as close to my cuticle as I could, or close to my proximal fold, which is this bottom part of where your cuticle kind of grows from. And then I accidentally overlapped it right here at the base of my nail. So I take my orange stick and I try to cut off the excess that's on my actual proximal fold, because as your fingernails grow out, that will lift up because it's not stuck to the nail bed. It is stuck to like that skin, that proximal fold at the base of your nail. So let's cut that off really quickly. Everybody calls it your cuticle. It's not actually a cuticle. Your cuticle is kind of this, I don't even know how to explain it. It grows, you can't really see it as it grows up over as your nails grow out. When you clean off your nail, you need to, when you push back your cuticles, you need to start from about halfway up and you push down. And that is what you're cleaning off, is that kind of invisible layer on your nails, if that makes sense. All right, I'm not doing the best at the application of this base layer, which is fine. It'll give you a good idea to show you how the glitter dip can cover this up. I have a little bit of an issue because this one might be too short. And then I'm going to have to open up another strip. I'm going to open up another strip here. So otherwise I will not have enough, which is fine. I think I only have one left of this. I actually had to open a new pack anyway of this set because I did not have thumbs left in that other one. I think I'll just have, well, I have a couple strips left, I guess. All right, we'll keep those out. I might add this to this other set. We'll see. We'll take care of that later. All right. So if you're new to Color Street is considered a one-time use product. However, many of us will take our leftover strips and heat seal them back up into, so I put them back into the sleeve and then I use a flat iron and I seal up that edge. I don't know if you can tell that I took a flat iron to it. I just use my flat iron that I use for my hair. Some people use a curling iron or a what's it called? Like a food saver. I learned this weekend that a food saver, well, at least the food saver that my friend had, doesn't seal the original plastic sleeve. So you have to use the food saver bags. So we tried to just heat seal the bag, this plastic sleeve, and it didn't work for with my friend's food saver. So that could just be that specific brand. It just didn't get hot enough. I don't know if that's all no, sorry, food savers, because I've never used one before. That was my first time. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm applying this base layer. I am doing what I call a tone-on-tone mani, where I'm using a very similar color on top instead of doing like a contrasting, although this is a glitter dip, so, but it is in the same color as the base. So this is Eat Till You Drop from, it used to be Eat Teal, like the color teal. Eat Till You Drop was Thanksgiving. I don't remember what year it was that it came out, but it's such a pretty teal color. I'm glad it came back and was added to our core catalog. Well, I'm having some issues with this one, smoothing out that base finger on my curvy nail. So hopefully I can smooth this out a little bit. I will use my cuticle pusher. This one has a big wrinkle, so I might not be able to. Oh yeah, I did. I got it smoothed out good enough. And all right, it's hard to get. I have such curvy nails on this one, just my index fingers here, that it makes it a little tricky sometimes. But we're gonna get those two done, and then we will do the thumbs, and then I will show a couple different ways to do glitter dips, because you can, actually I'll save my thumbs for last. So with curvy fingers, if you actually are applying and pull the strip as you smooth out, it makes it a lot easier. I just didn't do that with that one. I kind of was too busy talking here. And then I pull over, I wrap the strips. This is the easiest way to do it without having to worry about using another, using the other half, is if you gather it and pull it down. It helps get that tip nice and smooth, and then you just use your fingernail to trim off that excess. I am going to try to get this smoothed out as much as possible before we mess around with the glitter dips here. All right, so let's get, these are good enough. I have some excess strip I want to clean up a little bit. I can it's like hanging there, but it's still stuck there. Oh, come on. like all this little bit. It's just right on the edge of my nail. I have these little kind of hang nails that doesn't, and they don't like, they're hard to get, they're hard to remove. I don't know. Okay, so I think we're pretty good here. This isn't perfect. I have this little, I don't know if that edge is perfect, but that's fine. Okay, so these are as good as they're gonna get. They're not perfectly smooth, but we're gonna get going on the glitter dip. So I'm gonna start by showing you what a regular glitter dip applied the normal way that it's like intended to. Glitter dips tend to be a little bit more narrow, shorter, sorry, shorter. They are just made slightly different. So with this one, when you put the nail, when you put the strip down, so the curved part is on the base of your nails, and then you put it on like normal, how it ends up is that the glitter is at the tip of your nails like you dipped your nail in glitter, thus the glitter dip name. So the majority of that glitter is at the base or at the top of my fingernail at the tip. I should have enough. Yeah, my pinkies are short. This pinky is curved and tiny, so I'll have enough to do both pinkies because I'm just doing it normal. I'm not reversing it. So depending on the length of your nails will depend on how much glitter shows when you do a regular glitter dip like this. There's a couple ways you can adjust, and you can trim off some of the clear if you want more glitter. Like if you had really short nails and it was only going to show the clear part and not very much glitter, you can cut that some of the clear off so that you have more glitter on your actual nail. So it kind of depends on the length of your nails as to how much glitter is going to be shown on that tip. So let's do, I didn't really plan ahead as far as which nails I was going to do what on. I only have one of these, so that's going to be a little bit tricky to figure out one of the thumbs left. So let me, oh, and then this set, sorry, I forgot to say, this set is Sea Breeze. This is also from the core catalog. I believe it's going to be around just for another month, and then we'll be getting summer, I think. So, all right, let's do this one. And I think how we're going to do it, I think I will demonstrate a reverse glitter dip, and we're going to take the chance, and I am just going to cut it in half. And sometimes I struggle that this isn't long enough for my nails. When you cut something in half, you could like fold this in half and then eyeball it, or instead of just eyeballing it like I did. But when you do cut a strip in half, you want to make sure you take off that plastic layer first. And I'm going to show you. Actually, I'm going to cut a curve. I'm just going to kind of eyeball and cut the pointy sides, like, so it's not so straight. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the reason I did that is because then it's a little bit easier. I have less to trim off. Let's see if this is long enough. Oh yeah, it should be. It should be long enough to cover my tip of my nail. So when I reversed it, I cut the strip in half, and then I curved the end a little bit just so it's not so flat. And that's the part that I put at the base of my nail. It looks like I should have gone a little bit closer to my proximal fold than I did, but that is okay. And then I'm going to clean this excess. I have a little bit of excess on the side here that'll need to get trimmed off. Oh, let's see here. And then there's just, I might have to see if I can get that. Let me see. There was just a tiny bit on the end that I just picked off. Okay, so let's, sorry, it's stuck to my finger. All right, let's smooth that out. So again, my nails are barely long enough. Sorry, are long and that I are long enough that I can barely get to the glitter dips, the reverse glitter dips, by cutting them in half. So if you have longer nails, you will have to, if you want to reverse it, you're going to have to use 2 strips and not cut it in half. But then what you can do is you take this off, you just cut a curved end, and a lot of people will trace, so they'll take an extra an empty, like a blank backing, you know, and like flip it here. And then you can, if you're going to use the whole thing, you can decide where, how much glitter or whatever you want. But then you can just cut along that and use that as a stencil. So I just eyeballed it because, you know, it's easier for me, or it's just quicker, I guess, to just kind of round off the edge. And then let's see, let me get rid of those little tiny triangles because they're gonna be all over. So then again, you would just take the curved end, line it up, and then this is, oh, actually it's gonna be a little short for me in this nail. So my nails are too long to do 2. Let's see if I can just use that excess here, and if it'll stay on. I'll put a little top coat over. So I have that, I ended up using more of that strip than, so the perforations here, but I'll let that cure, and then once I put a top coat on it, it should be fine. So, good thing I didn't take the perforation off on that one. Smooth this out a little bit here, just poke that down, and then just clean up this one edge really quick here. So I am just gonna show, I showed that one reverse glitter dip. I don't think I have enough. So another thing people do is, well, especially if you have short nails, you can center, actually I could do it too. You can center a glitter strip so it's all glitter, but I always feel like my nails are short, and I always feel like when I reverse it, it gets a really overall glitter look anyway. So I am just gonna do these last 2, the normal glitter on the ends of the tips of my nails, because it just makes it a little easier than trimming it up. So, and then I will do so I only did the one reverse, and then the rest of them are going to be the regular. Well, because these are all a little shorter, I struggled to get, just that these aren't long enough sometimes. I wonder if I should. Maybe I shouldn't cut this off. I might have to use that perforated. Oh, it's really close. It's very close to not covering, so I am going to see. I think actually it'll be fine. If I take this perf part off, it'll be fine. Okay, so my nails are, I usually trim them very short, or not very short, but a little bit shorter than they are now. And then I don't have a problem getting my glitter dips to get 2 out of them, but because they're slightly shorter than the regular strip, sometimes I can't get 2 nails done with 1 strip. So then I would just need to take another strip out. So my thumbs are going to be a little bit tricky because I don't have two leftover thumbs of this set, and I didn't want to open a full set of this. So what I'll probably do is just do my nail free hand, and then the other one will just be a little short at the tip, which will be fine because, or actually I'll short it at the base where it's the clear part. I'll do that. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. All right, so again, oh, I forgot. So I was going over all the benefits of layering your strips. So customizing your mani, covering up imperfections, and then the third thing is that it will strengthen, like, or it'll extend the life of your mani in the fact that with two layers on, especially if it's glitter dip or a glitter overlay, it is going to be even, it is going to last even longer with two layers. So that's like if you wore or currently wear liquid nail polish, when you put two coats on, it kind of darkens the color and it strengthens that. It'll let it, you put that second coat on and it lasts longer. So it works the same way. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I should just get another strip. Do I have a strip? Yes, I do. All right, we're just gonna get another strip. Okay, so it will protect those nails and that polish even longer when you have two layers, like I said, especially glitter. With that being said, glitter, and then when you add that second layer, it does take longer to remove your polish too. It's like we want it to last as long as we want, but we want it to come off super easy too. So it does take a little bit more scrubbing power to get those glitters off. Especially if you use multiple glitters, which I've done too. So I've done a glitter dip over an all glitter, chunky glitter base before, and it just takes a lot of scrubbing. Or sit for a long time with your clips on, with your remover. I do love the Color Street remover. I think it helps remove our strips a little bit faster, but it does still take some time to work to get that glitter off. So you do want to use regular acetone or non-acetone remover to remove your strips. Don't peel them off because that will damage your nails. But because it peels off layers of the actual nail when you're doing that. So, all right. I don't usually do all the same, but I really like how this looks. This is a fun look. So this is again Eat Till You Drop and Sea Breeze. Oh, I see what's going on. I'm like, what's going on? I'm getting my kids are requesting, must have ran out of time and they're requesting time on their tablets or on their phones during lunch or whatever they're at. That's funny. All right, so I am going to quickly finish this off here. Oops. Again, I don't get two strips of my thumbnail done with one um with one thing. What am I trying to say? Hold on, I'm gonna text my husband. Okay, so oh, I need to turn this mat off. Sorry, I have a heated desk mat that I like to warm everything up, but it's getting a little toasty. All right, so I'm gonna finish up with this. So we got some, like I said, some extra protection. You'll just take a little bit extra scrubbing power to remove, and you get a custom look, and you can get oh, the other thing you can do is it can sorry, hold on. Extend the life of your mani, custom look. It can also change the color. So some of the sets are more sheer than others. Plus we have a line of or some of the sets are jelly sets, which are so there's sheer like clear sets, like a clear base, but then there's sheer sets that aren't a clear base but are translucent, so the light shines through enough that they can the color underneath them will affect the color. So that'll be another, maybe I'll do another jelly video to show the or a sheer video to show how to change the look of sets by layering and changing the color of sets. So this was intended to just be to show how to modify a mani by adding that second layer, a second set. Hold on, I'm gonna have to reheat my. This is a flax bag that I use when I'm done. I put my hand in like this, and it's gonna help smooth out my strips. But I have to go reheat that because it's cooled off too long. Usually if I don't do 2 layers, it'll still be fine, and then I'll be good to go. But it takes me longer when I do 2 layers. Plus, it takes me longer when I am explaining everything in a way that like this. So I am gonna have a short thumb on this other one, but it's gonna be okay because I don't have any other. I either have a. It's gonna be close. I don't have another thumb strip, and the other ones are too narrow for my thumb. So it's gonna be, oh, it's like barely, hold on. If I do it over here, I have more of this left. Maybe I can piece it together here a little bit. I think I can take some of this and apply it. I have all this glitter left, so I think I'll just patch it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this excess and then patch the tip, and then when I put my I'll put a top coat over it to help seal that in, because that I'm gonna do better. All right, so we're gonna patch that one because it was just, most of it was clear or fine. I had enough. It was just that little bit, just a tiny bit short on the very tip here. So I'm gonna clean this excess off. I gotta let that cure a little bit. I'm gonna wrap it and let it cure. And then what I'll do is once it cures, it takes a good 20-30 minutes to cure all the way. These are all dry to the touch, but that bottom layer that was sticky needs to cure before you do too much. Like you don't want to submerge your uh, finger and your nails in water right away until that's cured. But it's just like having a regular manicure once it's set, and then like I said, I will add a top coat later. Probably not till tonight because that is when I mess up my nails most, is when I'm doing my mani during the day like now. And then I add a top coat because I'm not patient enough not to go do stuff. Let's see if I can clean that. I probably don't want to clean all that. I can't tell which part is my original strip and which is the little patch. So I probably should just leave them both. But they're kind of stuck to my finger. Anyway, I guess we'll just leave that for a minute. Okay, so as you can see, the glitter dip has more of the sheer bottom, so you can see the base color with glitter at the tips, and then if you reverse it, you can put the glitter at the bottom and then have more of the clear at the top. So it's just one more way to customize is using a glitter dip. Same with the art sets though, you just layer them the same way if you do any of the clear nail art. So there'll be some sets that have a clear base with black pattern or design on it. All right, everybody have a great day or night. Um, Talk to you later. Bye-bye.